Hello, and welcome to another CDH gameplay episode. I'm here with Mons, Rhetoric, and today we're guested by Michael. And today we're bringing the Dargoning. We got requested to each of us play a Dargo deck. So yeah, I had some decks for them. Let's go. The comment actually suggested specific decks for all of us. And I got suggested to play Dargo Ikra. This is probably the fastest deck in the table. You have the most Dargo payoffs. Basically, there's several ways to cheat in Razakath and do Razakath stuff with Dargo, which is really good. Or just do the classic Adnos stuff.
Hello guys, today I'm going to play Dargo Thrasios. Kinda like Thrasios Rockrat, I guess. Good Thrasios stuff. And I have like some wheels, and yeah, burn up on a wind, try to win at instant speed. Let's see how it goes.
Pontus actually personally built this Grixis Dargo and Silas deck, which is basically Grixis Adnos, together with some loops of Dargo, for example, Ruthless Technomancer, a Dargo in play, and a clone or something of the sort. Will be pretty cool. But we will see if I manage to sculpt something amazing here together. With this deck's name, Worse Rogsai by Pontus. Thank you.
10 minutes ago, I was honored to learn that I am playing Pontus's baby deck. So, Dargo, Tymna, you've seen this deck win many times. I don't need to explain what it does. It's just a great Mardu deck. Lots of different outlets, or as I think Pontus says with his friends, pirate Crufix. So we'll see how it goes. Let's take the first 7. So what would Pontus do? Pontus wouldn't keep this 7. I don't think so. I mean, we've got some fast mana, but not that many payoffs. Usually we're seeing like a turn 1 tutor, which we've got with Enlightened Tutor, things of that sort. But we need like a massive amount of fast mana. However, we can get one of those interesting sacrifice outlets to begin milling our deck and so forth, which is another strategy. But we don't really have any artifacts and so forth right now for Mox Opal to be online, so I'm going to pitch it. This one's interesting too. We have 3 pieces of mana. We have a gemstone, which, it's decent for what we're maybe going for later on. Mana Crypt and so forth we have here. We could go for the Tymna play if we need to, but again, I don't really think there's much spice here. Some good cards kind of hanging out here, but in terms of recursion or anything like that, I'm not seeing it, so we'll go down again. That's what Pontus do, right? Now, this one's a bit of a bummer because I am first, which means, given what I've seen with other Dargo decks, we're going to have a lot of rocks out, and that would be quite useful for Dockside, and then for Dargo. So on the one hand, I could just keep it and hope that I land into something, but I feel like that's a terrible idea. That's just hoping that I flip something, so I'm going to have to pitch it. Unfortunately, we'll go down to, I think we're at 5, if I remember correctly. So in the style of what we typically see with this deck, we have 2 pieces that we can put down. We also have Cabal Ritual, so we have an Imp Seal. I'd probably use that with Dockside in this case, so I'm going to have to be a little, I don't want to say sneaky, but I'm going to have to do something probably not. I guess I could put down, Cabal Ritual. You use Cabal Ritual with Chromux, and then I'd have Imperial Seal as well. And since I'm first player, that's pretty solid, and hoping that no one dashes out of Ragavan, which I wouldn't be surprised about. So I will go ahead and pitch 2 of these lands, and we will take it away from there.
So I'm gonna be completely honest. Dargo is not one of my favorite commanders. It's actually a commander I kinda dislike. So thank you, chat, for bringing this upon me. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. But what would Pontus say in this situation? He would probably say something like, there's great potential in this hand. Because we have turn 2 Dargo, and then Altar of the Wretched, turn 3, and then Big card draw. And then we're going Celias and returning the Altar of the Wretch back to hand, and rinse and repeat. No, that's me thinking. But seriously, this hand doesn't look that bad. Like, turn 2 Dargo, and then a payoff for Dargo. That's usually what this deck kinda wanna do, I feel like. We're lacking a second land. Something Pontus kinda emphasized heavily on. If the hand doesn't really speaks power for you, you shouldn't keep it. But I like it. Or well, a second land could be great, honestly. But drawing 7 from Altar of the Wretched, turn 3. We can do better than that. Turn 3, draw 7. Nah, I'm a believer. I'm gonna keep it.
I just have 1 land. no turn ones. I have a Ragavan, but I think we need something more, and we can go a little bit deeper. I have 2 lands, some counter spells, no fast mana. So this hand is probably not bringing us anywhere. So I'm going to go to 6 here. Okay, we have a land, we have a Mox Diamond, we have a Felwar Stone. Yeah, again, we have nothing really to do here, turn 1. So it's kind of the same thing as the previous hands. So I guess I have to go to 5 here because yeah, I can literally not do anything here. I think this is the best turn 1 Jeweled Lotus with Gemstone Cavern turn 1 and a land. So that's a turn 1 Thrasios. Not much to do, but what are we going to pitch? I think we're going to pitch the Muddle the Mixture, and we're going to, because this is the only one we can draw any cards with, so we have to keep that one. I think I'm going to pitch those 2, bottom of the library. So we're going to keep this 5.
So this is our first 7, and it's pretty good. Not gonna lie, this is something. I'm not exactly sure how you play this hand. It really depends on how fed Dockside is. This hand gives us like 3-4 different ways to win the game turn 2. So I'll keep it, because even if we don't win immediately, like even if, say we go for like Necrodominance or whatever, even if they counter that, we still kinda have a win the next turn, depending on Dockside, of course. So yeah, we could mulligan for like some protection, because this hand is pretty glass cannon. But the 2 blue decks aren't really controlling. I guess Thrasios Dargo is kinda controlling, but like Silas Dargo is pretty low on counterspells. So I think just jamming is pretty favorable. We don't have any way to interact, but we're not the one interacting. Since we're going last, we might just lose too, which is something to be aware of. Like all these decks are all fast. But I don't really see us mulliganing for a turn 1 win, and this is a pretty solid turn 2 win, so yeah, let's just try it. And let's go through the game.
It's so bad, but I will pitch a Pyroblast.
I will start us off. Draw a card for turn. I will shock in a Blood Crypt for 2, and then cast a Chrome Mox, imprinting a Cabal Ritual. And then I will tap Chrome Mox for an Imp Seal. Imp Seal resolves, I'll go find a card. There's the card. In my hand, I will putting this on top, losing 2 life, and passing.
Draw a card. So I have a mental misstep in my hand, and Redrick just cast an Imperial Seal. However, he's down to like 2 cards currently, and it's the first time he's literally playing the deck, while Pontus is on 7 cards. So it's a little bit of a priority here. I think a correct choice would to potentially be to mentally misstep this, but he mulliganed down quite heavily, while Pontus didn't. So I'm putting Pontus Ikra Dargo on a higher threat level compared to Tumna Dargo at the current moment. If his hand would have been bigger, I think I definitely would have mentally misstepped this Imperial Seal. I'm gonna play a Marsh Flats, sacrifice that, finding this bad land, tapping that for a Sol Ring, tapping this for a Mana Vault. And from here I pass the turn.
I go to draw. I will start my turn off by playing a land. Okay guys, we have like the best top deck we can have. I'm doubting if I'm going to play it now or just chill a bit and go for the Thrasios. I think I'm going for the Thrasios because if I'm jamming this straight away, I make 3 mana and that's it. So I prefer to wait a little bit with my Dockside, maybe wait 1 turn cycle. Maybe I'm too late, but let's see. Tap 2 mana for a Thrasios. I will play a Jeweled Lotus and I will pass after.
Take my turn. Land for turn will be a Verdant Catacombs, and I will fetch. Finding a Badlands. I'll tap Badlands to cast a Imperial Seal.
I have a response. Paying 2 life for a mental misstep.
Rude. Countered. With my Imp Seal going last, getting my Imp Seal countered, I'll pass the turn.
There is a huge hand size difference between the 2 of you. Sorry for...
All right, we untap. Draw the card you all knew was there. No, I pass.
Okay, so we drew and did nothing. Draw a card! We didn't draw the land. Oh well. Red, 2 colorless. Tap this one as well. Dargo! And sacrificing the Mana Vault. Because I don't want to sit here and pay mana for a Mana Vault, and I don't want to sit here and take damage from the Mana Vault. But then I pass.
Draw cards. This is the problem if you are waiting like 1 turn. The Dockside will make me 1 less treasure. I think I have to play it now. and jam the greater goods and kind of see if I can draw some cards. I think that's like best thing to do here. Yeah, exile a summoned spirit guide. 1 mana, cast a Dockside. Dockside for 2, yeah. Guess I'm just going to play my Dargo as well, keeping my 2 treasures, right? Sacking the Jeweled Lotus, that's 2 sacks. 1 mana, it's 4, it's 5. I'm so bad at math. I'll sacrifice the Dockside on Dargo cost, and I will keep my 2 treasures. And yeah, I will go to combat, and I will kick Rhetoric for 1. Last turn.
Pontus, as a Dargo player, can you assess the board state for us? What's going on here? Is this accurate?
No. For us experienced Dargo players, it's very uncommon to actually cast Dargo without planning to abuse him in some way.
But he has 7
But
power.
I guess.
Isn't that Voltron
He
smack, right? Trample?
He does go bonk. You are correct.
I like the bonk.
Go to my turn. Land for turn will be a Misty Rainforest, and I'll fetch. Then I'll pay 2 mana to cast a Felwar Stone. Tap the Felwar Stone to cast a Burst of Paradise. And then I pass turn.
At the end of your turn, I will pay 2, flash in an Orcish Bowmasters. I'll shoot that bop right out of the sky, my man.
Which one? Sorry?
Birds of Paradise. We will tap Chromox for 1. We're going to sack this Orc army as well, and we're going to cast Calling the Weak. Calling the Weak resolves, so I'll make 4 black mana. Next, I will tap Blood Crypt. I will go down 2 more so that I've got 2 black floating. Cast a Curse Mirror. It resolves. I will have it enter a copy of another Orcish Bowmasters. ATB trigger. Let's point it at Michael, just because you hit me for 1. Yes, so we have a copy, and then we have an ETB with this guy. One of those. Now we have 3 remaining. My friends in the channel, I don't know what I'm doing. I have remaining mana, which is fine. So I can cast Diabolic Intent, and my goal was to get a wheel. I didn't realize that you can't actually use Cursed Mirror when you do that. But hey, here we are. So we have, triggers and so forth. All I can do is just kind of hope that they don't know what I have, which I'm sure they do, but maybe they'll spend their resources on each other. Alternatively, I could just get something else to kind of, pull a fast one on them or something like that. Search up our deck and see what goes on. But yeah, that was my whole plan before. I probably could do something more interesting if I knew how to pilot this deck, but it's interesting. It presents threats really fast. So good job to Pontus and the friends who put this together. Let's go back to the game. We are then going to spend 2, the remaining mana that I have, that is, cast Diabolic Intent and sacrifice this army. All right, Diabolic Intent resolves. Let's go find something. Here's the card I have on top. This Ardo I put it into my hand, and I'll pass otherwise.
My turn! So Pontus keeps telling me that this is not a Voltron deck, but he's probably right. I believe Pontus. He's smart. However, I do like the bonk. And Redrick just tutored. Redrick, buddy, I'm coming for you.
I deserve all this. I am regretting everything that comes out of my mouth in this game, so please hit me. All right.
Bonk! You take 7. I don't know if Pontus will be proud of me for trying to combo off and being cool, or if we'll be very disapproval that I'm casting Alt of the Wretched into an Orcish Bowmaster. But hey, we're gonna draw cards. And Thrasius will probably die.
Mons, wheeling or altering into a Bowmaster is the most Pontus play ever. Come on.
Alright, so I'm gonna sacrifice Dargo, and I'm gonna draw 7. So I've drawn 7 cards, then I'm gonna mill Scalding Tarn, Force of Will, Ruthless Technomancer, Arcane Signet, Phyrexian Tower, Wooded Foothills, and Defense Grid. And then there's a big Orcish Bowmaster trigger, or 7 of them.
Pew, 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 pew. Take 7, go to 30. Yes, Mons.
This is actually kinda both sad and great. I think we're just going to play this Mox Diamond and pitch this Aurora Soaring City to the graveyard. And then I have to discard. I'm discarding Besiege the Mirror, Bola Citadel, and Wheel of Fortune, and here I'm passing the turn.
I'm going to my turn. Okay, I like to go to combat. I'm actually going to swing at Mons for 7.
But I passed turn! I didn't do scary stuff, I take 7.
Okay, I'm going to second main. I'm going to sacrifice 2 treasures, tap 2 mana, play a Greater Good.
It appears everyone is going to feed his Orcish Bowmaster.
I'm going to sacrifice my Dargo here. Draw 7 and discard 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bird of Paradise. I actually discard the Mox Diamond instead. And I'm discarding this Mystical Tutor.
Orcish B trigger, or multiple triggers. 7 to the face, Michael. And you get shot. You get shot for 7, and I'll amass 7 as well.
I'm playing a land, play a Chromax, pitching a Imperial Recruiter, sacrifice the Misty Rainforest, Cunning Islands. Probably sacrifice the Cretaceous there. Okay, I'll tap Chromax for a red, and I will sacrifice it, recast Dargo here. Let's do the great good thing again then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll discard the Mana Confluence. I'll discard this Birding Pot. Yeah, and I'll discard this Ottawaru.
All right, Orcish B triggers 4 to your face and 3 to Thrasios.
I don't think I can win, but I will draw 7. I think I made a mistake. I should not have discarded the Mox Diamond, probably. I will discard 2 lands, discard 3 lands. Yeah, Orcish Bowmaster again.
All right, it's getting out of hand. So 7 Orcish B triggers again. I'll just shoot him right in your face, Michael.
I'm kind of stopping right here. I can't go farther, to be honest. So I think it's smarter to shoot Pontus now, but...
I will shoot Pontus on the grounds that I could basically rip Mon's or Michael's head off with an Orcish Bowmaster army. So.
I think I should Noxia Revival first. Dockside, top of my library. I have nothing to sacrifice, so I will discard the Elders Evolution.
Go to my turn. I will cast a Dockside. Dockside resolves, and I'll make 6 treasures. After that, I'll tap 1 and sack a treasure to cast a Wishclaw Talisman. I'll sack a treasure to cast a Mana Vault. It is misstepped.
I mental misstepped the Mana Vault.
I will sacrifice a treasure to activate Wishclaw, giving it to Mons, because I want to make Rhetoric kill him.
Thank you. I guess not.
Finding this card, then land for turn will be a Mana Confluence. I'll sacrifice another treasure to cast Dargo, and with Dargo in play, I'll tap my Mana Confluence taking damage, sacking 2 treasures, to cast a Eldritch Evolution sacrificing Dargo.
Rhetoric, we need to talk. I have to have one of those very serious discussions. You see, I can die to Pontus now, or I can die to you very soon. But later. I have a Flusterstorm here. And he's cast enough spells that he can't really pay for this thing.
I have no mana.
That part. However, I would like to survive. If that's otherwise, if you promise to not attack him with that army, I will Flusterstorm this.
But then Mons wins, Rhetoric. No, that doesn't make it easier. Mons still wins.
No, that makes it easier.
Yes, has Flusterstorm for attack. Sorry.
I probably should, right?
Sweet.
Because if I don't Mind Break Trap this, then he is not killing Mons, and then I'll die. So yeah, I need to Mind Break Trap this. So I will Mind Break Trap it. I'll Mind Break Trap the Elders Evolution.
And then I pass.
What a this is like I consider this like a tutorial level game. I'll move to combat, and we will send a massive army at Mons. Pew pew. Okay, now that the Flusterstorm is out of the way, although Michael sculpted a great hand. That's he's showing that. I'm gonna tap 3 and play the card you all knew was there, which is a Wheel of Fortune. All right, so we amass, 14 cards were drawn, and now I can start pointing it in other directions. And Dockside is, yes, it's been sort of revivaled by Michael. So Michael, I'll send 14 at your face. And then I will amass 14, so that puts it at if I do the math right, 42. 42! Okay, we'll do a land for turn, which will be a bad land, or a scrub land, excuse me. You know what? I'm just going to pass with 6 in hand, fellas.
Untap, card to draw. I need to get rid of that Bowmaster. I will cast a Dockside, making 3 treasures. Cast them into the maw, and I will give you a fish. Targeting the Bowmaster. It's into the Flood Maw. Return target creature in opponent's control to its owner's hand. If the giver's promise instead, return non-land. But I don't have to gift it. I can just do the return a creature to an opponent's hand. So I will return the Bowmaster to your hand. I will play a Mox Opal, cast a Phantasmal Image, cracking a treasure, copy a dockside, make 3 more, go to 5. Play a land for turn, Polluted Delta, crack that then. Tropical Island, a Vinyl Devastation, a Buggy. Now I'm going to use my last treasure to recast my Dargo and sacrifice him on the greater good.
I will respond by tapping Scrubs and my swords, Bergie.
I probably don't have anything. I have 2 lands. In it. I will greater good Dargo, draw 7. I will discard a land, and another land. I have 1 red floating. I will cast Dargo again. I will sacrifice him and draw another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I will tap the Mox Ember, put 1 red in my mana pool, put Dargo in the command zone. I will discard 3, 1, 2, and 3. Lineside Diamond. For the 1 mana floating, I will cast a Gamble, finding the Breach, and I will discard a card at randomly, and the Breach is discarded. I will crack the Liza Diamond for 3 reds, and I will discard my hand. Discard a Flusterstorm, a Flush Duplicant, a Kinnan, a Deflecting Swat, a Ragavan, Born Up in the Wind, Dispel, and a Rustic Study. I will recast Dargo, and I will sacrifice him on the greater good. Draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 red floating. I will discard a Cradle, Elvis Mystic, Arcane Signet. I will recast my Dargo. I will sacrifice the Dargo, and I will draw another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Play this Mana Crypt. Play Dargo again. Sacrifice the Dargo for the last time, for the last mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's it. Last turn.
However, we discovered something. When I died, the Wishclaw talisman that I had goes back to Pontus, which means that his Dockside ETB and his Phantasmal Image copy Dockside would have generated 2 more treasures together. So he's gonna get 2 more treasures and he can keep going with his turn.
2 more treasures. 1, 2. I will cast a Chain of Vapor. I will target my Dockside. I will copy the Chain of Vapor, sacrificing a land. I will add 2 mana, 2 colorless mana to a mana pool. I will return the mana crypt. I will sacrifice another land. I will return the Mox Opal. I will sacrifice another land, also return the Mox Ember to my hand. I will use 1 treasure and 1 floating the Dockside again, making 1, 2, 4 treasures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Replay my mana crypt. I will replay the Mox Opal. I will sacrifice 4 treasures. I will use the colorless floating plus 2 extra. I will cast a Tidespite Tyrant. Then I will recast the Mox Ember. And then I have a Tidespite Tyrant trigger. I bounce now the Mox Opal.
Yeah, what a game. Great job, Michael. Pontus, did you notice I probably should have just played Adnos instead of just doing Orcish B stuff? Is that what you would have done?
I don't know if you had a creature sacrifice. I don't know what you emptied for. But as soon as you cast the Calling Ritual, I just assumed you had Adnos in hand.
No. I had Diabolic Intent. But yeah, it's funny, like when you don't play, if you pick up someone's deck, it's very funny because you look for like the simplest solution. But yeah, for some reason when I did that, I didn't look for the simplest solution. So I was just so fixated on Orcish Bowmasters. I don't know, it did some work, it was interesting, but I think what I noticed about this deck, it is very difficult to pilot, I'll admit, but the lines, there's some simple ones you can kind of go for if you have a couple tutors in your hand and things like that. I don't know, pretty good. I'll try it again.
I feel pretty proud. I was able to do Voltron Dargo, and then I was able to do the combo Dargo attempt, but then I got killed by a big orc army. So I think I played correctly, except that I could have mulligan harder, but Alt of the Wretched felt pretty strong.
It was a great win, that I have to say, but it was like the first time I played the Dargo Thrasios. It was kind of hard. I made by discarding the Mox Diamond was pretty much a bad play for me. I'm kind of happy that I still made me the king of this episode.
I did expect the game to be a bit faster, I think. But No, it's pretty much how I expected. Like, either the Jund or Mardu deck wins quickly, or it goes a bit longer to like turn 3, turn 4, and then the grinder deck gets there, I guess. So, yeah, that's about what happened.
That's pretty on point what kind of happened.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed
Yeah,
this
also,
Dargle showdown. Take care, guys. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.